Hey ladies and gents, it is Twanya Jean here. I know it's been a minute since I've, actually recorded a video. I haven't recorded in so long. The video that I posted, I want to say last week or maybe a few days ago, it's like videos that I already had in my phone that they just needed to be edited. I have a lot more videos like that. So y'all might be seeing some of my stuff that I previously recorded. I might take the time to edit that stuff to get it out there so you guys can see it. Um, but this is going to be an update on what I went through with my emergency surgery. But before I dive into that conversation, I'm going to wish my dad a happy birthday. Today he is 79 years old, but he keeps telling everybody that he's 35. I'm like, yeah, right. So yeah, he is 79 years old. So I'm grateful that, my dad is still here with us, at his age. So that's like a blessing. And then I also want to give a few ladies a shout out real quick. So shout out time. So I'm gonna shout out Bootsy on the Beat. So and these are like upcoming YouTubers. I mean, some of them might already have 1,000 subscribers. I can't remember everyone's subscriber count. But Bootsy on the Beat, you guys can check her out. She is hilarious. The next one is, I hope I don't butcher her name. It's Amazu World of Seven. So that's spelled AMAZU World of Seven. You guys can give her a check out. She does a lot of hauls on her channel, like grocery hauls and stuff like that. So I've checked her out as well. I also love Andrea Raynette. She does hauls on her channel. I know there was like a moving vlog on her channel, but you guys definitely check these ladies out. Oh, and another one is Mommy's Budget. Check her out too. She likes doing Dollar Tree hauls as well. So check out those four ladies. I will mention their names one more time. So it's Bootsy on the Beat, Amazu World of Seven, Andrea Raynette, and Mommy's Budget. So if you guys, want to check out some new YouTubers, click on their channel and give them, some view time and just check out and see what they have to offer. But y'all, it's hot in here because I had to turn the fan off because I didn't want the noise to be playing on the video. All right, y'all. So, let me take a deep breath. Let me take a deep breath and let me drink some of this cranberry juice. I have no clue where I stopped my water, y'all. Oh, I see it. All right, so anyway, let me get into the situation with my emergency surgery. All right, so I'm gonna run it down to y'all. All right, y'all. So on Thursday, which was February 3rd, if I'm not mistaken. So Thursday evening, I really didn't feel that good. It felt like I was getting like a stomach bug or something like that. So then Friday morning, early in the morning, I just, I woke up still upset stomach. Then I ended up getting diarrhea. I know TMI, but I'm just going to keep it real with y'all. So I had diarrhea, upset stomach. I was vomiting like crazy on Friday. I don't know how many times. I probably vomited like 5 times that day. So I just didn't feel good. And I was like, man, I don't know if this is a stomach virus. I don't know what's going on with me. So then, thankfully, Friday, I was able to work from home. Okay? I was able to work from home. And then Saturday, we had to work for a couple of hours, but it was just like on Zoom. We just had to do some stuff on Zoom. Okay, so Saturday, I went ahead work. I felt good when I got up. I was like, maybe it was just a little 24-hour bug. That's all it was. Thought nothing of it. I felt like myself on Saturday. So then Sunday morning, which was February 6th, I woke up at 5 a.m. Now, mind you, I normally wake up between 5 a.m. and 5:30 a.m. anyway. I'm an early riser. So I got up at 5. And when I woke up to the most excruciating, listen to me, y'all, excruciating pain I've ever felt. I'm talking about the pain was worse than contractions when you're, pregnant. So I was just like, trying to breathe out the pain, like, holding my stomach and stuff, like, just trying to get through the pain. So I was like, and then, with the pain, then the vomiting came. So I started vomiting again. I'm just like, oh my God, how can I felt fine Saturday all day. Now all of a sudden I woke up with the same thing I was experiencing on Friday, right? So by this time, I'm just like, I cannot believe this is happening. Like I just feel so terrible. I don't know what's going on. I didn't know what to think. I'm like, a stomach virus does not work like this. So I had pain, really sharp pain, like right underneath. It was like right underneath my right breast. That's where the pain was. And I just was like holding it, and it just was like this throbbing pain, and it was intense because the pain just would not go away, y'all. It just stayed there. It would not go away. So with the pain, the vomiting, then came the diarrhea all over again. So like I'm in the bathroom sitting on the toilet with the trash can in my hand because I'm literally like throwing up and having diarrhea at the same time. So I felt so miserable. And plus I had this pain. And y'all, I just was like, and I'm one of them type of people. I do have a high pain tolerance. And in my mind, I thought maybe, okay, Twanya, it's gonna wear off. It's gonna wear off. Just, take some medication or whatever. So I ended up taking some activated charcoal. Activated charcoal, it absorbs toxin out of your stomach and like your digestive system. So I keep those on hand. So I was like, I'll just take one of those. It should help, and then, after a little bit, I'll, see, if it kicks in. Y'all, about after I took the pill, and I took the pill with milk, I think I did. Took the pill with milk. Y'all, and about 15 minutes, I was throwing up again. I literally, no matter if I drank water, juice, whatever, I just would throw up. I could not keep any liquids down at all. So now mind you, I'm still in pain, still in pain. So then mind you, I got up at 5 and I was in pain, right? So it was around, I want to say, it was around 8 something, maybe 8:30, somewhere like that. I think it was like 8:30. I told my husband, I said, you know, I've been throwing up all morning. I have this excruciating pain. Like it was that type of pain where you're just holding where the pain is, and you're just like crouched over, just like, oh my God, like you feel so miserable. So I was just holding myself like that. And look, y'all, as I'm like holding, I didn't even get up that morning and take a shower. Like I said, I was just throwing up, throwing up, throwing up. So I went ahead and I just I put on sweatpants or tights or something. I put on something quick. And I woke my husband up because normally, he likes to sleep in because a lot of times he works 6 days a week. So he likes to sleep in a little bit on Sunday. So I woke him up. I was like, look, babe, I can't take this. I said, I've been in pain since early this morning. I've been vomiting, got diarrhea, got this horrible pain. Like, I need to go to the hospital. I need to go urgent care. I need to go somewhere. Like, I feel so bad. So he was like, okay, he was like, let me get myself together. So he went ahead, put him some sweatpants on, the shirt, so forth and so on. So, we told my dad, hey, can you keep an eye on Elijah? Plus my older 2 kids, they were here too. So went ahead and we drove to the urgent care first. And the urgent care is about 15 minutes from where we live. So, when I got out of the car, it hurt just to get out of the car. So he was like holding my hand as I was getting out of the car, walking me into the urgent care. So when we got in there, there wasn't nobody in there, y'all. So she she said, why did I need to be seen, so forth and so on. I told her, I'm in excruciating pain. I've been vomiting all morning. I had diarrhea, blah, blah, blah. She gives me this card, y'all. It was like a little card, and it had something on the card about doctors are seeing the patients virtually or something. Like, yo, I was not trying to see no doctor virtually. Let's be real here. Like, lady, I'm in pain here. Like, there is something seriously wrong with me. Like, y'all, we all know our body. You know what I'm saying? So you know if it's something minor or something major. This was something major. So, I'm in excruciating pain, and I told her, I was like, no, I don't need to see a doctor virtually. I need to see a doctor in person. So she just gives me this look and has like an attitude. So I tell my husband, forget it. Just take me to ER. Just please just take me to ER. So then the ER is about 2 minutes down the road, if that. So we go ahead, drive to the hospital. We get to the hospital. My husband pulls up to, like, the little emergency part where you would pick people up. He pulls up there, and he walks me in. And then he was like, well, I'm going to hurry up and go park the car real quick. I'm like, okay. So the lady in the little triage part, she starts, asking me questions and stuff like that. Or not the triage part yet, but I don't know what they're called. Like the people at the front desk that have to take like your insurance card, your license and all that. So I had to go to her first. So then she sent out the triage nurse. So the triage nurse came out, I told her what I was experiencing, the diarrhea, the excruciating pain, blah, 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 blah. All right, so she came out, got me, she checked like, my basic vitals, my temperature, my blood pressure, took my weight and stuff like that. Then I sat in like the little triage room. And as I'm sitting there, she's, asking me questions and stuff like that. When did these symptoms start, and so on and so on. So I told her, when the symptoms started. And all right, so the triage nurse, she takes me back to like where the little ER beds are in the back. So she ends up giving me a hospital gown, and then after I put my hospital gown on and all that stuff, another nurse comes in. So she she was just asking me some different questions and stuff like that. She was asking me more questions that I felt like the lady at the front desk would have asked, because she said something about like, who's your emergency contact, blah blah blah. All right, so then everything is like happening so quickly. And the reason why I say this is normally when you go to the hospital, they make you sit in the lobby and you're like waiting and waiting and waiting. However, I never even sat in the lobby. It was like I went straight to that first little reception desk, and then they took me right back to the little triage area. So I never sat in the waiting room. So then after that other lady left, another woman came in. She said that she had to draw blood. They hooked me up to an IV. And then another doctor came in, and he was asking me, like, when did it started? Where was I having the pain and stuff like that. So I was explaining to him where the pain was. And he was asking me, have I had any history of gallbladder issues? And so I was like, no, not that I've never had that issue before, not to know of. So then after that, he left out of the room, and I'm just sitting there. We were sitting there for a little while in that area. So then he comes back in the room, and he, starts telling me, you're going to have to get an ultrasound. So we're going to send you down to the part where they do like the x-rays. And he said, if we don't find anything, we're going to do, I think he said a CAT scan. I think that's what he said. So, he was just telling me all these different processes and things that they were going to have to do. Oh, sorry, y'all. So then this other nurse I'm assuming she's a nurse. She comes in the room and she does an EKG because they said they have to make sure, that I guess my heart and everything is, working properly and all this kind of stuff. So she does the EKG on me. And then once she was finished, the other guy comes and gets me and takes me down to get the ultrasound done. So, and the whole time my husband is with me the whole time. They let him be there, even though you know how they got all these COVID restrictions and stuff, but they did let him be with me the whole time. So we go ahead and get the ultrasound done, and as the guy is looking on the screen, he's pointing out what he sees and stuff like that. So he saw the gallstones. He was saying, this is your gallbladder, this is your liver, this is this. And you could see this big gallstone, like right in the duct, like right in the opening of it. And he was like, that's why you're in so much pain. That's what it is. It's the gallstones, da 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 da. And I'm just like, oh my gosh, I think I asked some questions like, how do people get gallstones, stuff like that. And then, so I just was like, I can't believe this is, I in that moment, I'm just like, I started making me have flashbacks of when I had kidney stones years ago in my early 20s. And I'm just like, why? Please explain to me just why. Why am I going through this again? Like 20 years later. So, even though that was kidney stones and not gallstones. So, anywho, y'all. So then, so after he, did the little ultrasound or whatever, he took me back to the triage area. And, so then we waited again for a little bit, not long. So then another doctor, I seen so many people that day. It was insane. So then another doctor comes in, and he was the surgeon. Okay, he's the surgeon. Why did I put little quotey fingers up? I don't know. So he was a surgeon, and I have to admit, he had the best bedside manner I have ever encountered in all my history of dealing with doctors in the medical field. He had good bedside manner. So anyway, he's talking to me and my husband, explaining to him like I'm having the pain because of the gallstones and so forth and so on. And he was like, the only option I have right now is either continue to be on pain medication for the pain. But he said, because some people are scared of getting surgery and stuff like that. He said, but he would advise me to get surgery. He was like, this is going to be an emergency surgery, so forth and so on. And, I think me and my husband were just like, what? It's like, okay, I haven't even been in this hospital for, maybe I have been there an hour. And now I'm being told that I need emergency surgery and that I have to have an organ, y'all, removed from my body. So I don't know anyone who's had their gallbladder out. I don't know. I had so many thoughts running through my head. I just was like, oh my God, they're going to take out my gallbladder. And, I'm thinking, well, God designed us with a gallbladder. You take it out, what happens? You know what I mean? I don't know, y'all. I had so many crazy thoughts running through my head. It just, I don't know, just the thought of being operated on and then removing one of your organs was real crazy to me. So, but I was in so much pain. I'm like, look, if this is the only way to relieve this pain, just take the thing out. That's just where I was. Just take it out. So, so then, I had to sign some form, for them to do it or whatever. So the surgeon said that he had to call in the rest of the team because, mind you, it's Sunday and doctors, they're on call and stuff like that, but they're probably like home chillaxing with their family or, So he said he had to call in the rest of the team, see if they were available, so forth and so on. He said, and he said, And hopefully, if everything's a go, we should be in the OR room by 1:30. So I'm like, okay. So it was like, this was around 12:30 when he told me this. So at 1:20, it was like 1:15, 1:20, you know, he comes in and says, we're about to take you to the OR room, or to the OR. So I'm like, okay. And like, mind you, it's just like, I'm still thinking about the whole situation. Just, and like I said, everything is happening so quickly. Like everything. I mean, it was all just happening so quickly. And so, I was like, okay, so they, took me down to OR. My husband was still with me. And it was something he had to take of mine. I don't remember what it was. I think it was like my glasses or something. It was something like that. So, got to the OR room, and when I got in there, um, there was all these other doctors. It was like all these other doctors around the bed, and there's like this big light thing, like, above my head, and they're telling me exactly what they're gonna do. So they transferred me from like my original hospital bed from when I was in triage. They transfer you over into the operating table, and they strap you in. So they strap like your legs and your arms. So your arms are out on the bed like this, and they're like strapped in. Then they put oxygen over your face, and they said, oh, I forgot to tell you, I had to talk to the anesthesiologist as well. So they went ahead, put the oxygen over my face, and I'm assuming they gave me the anesthesia right through the IV, because all I remember is the guy putting the oxygen over my face, and then I looked up at the lamp, and he said something else, and I don't remember anything else after that. I was just gone. I was in that deep sleep. So they went ahead. The operation lasted 2 hours. I believe the operation lasted 2 hours. Um, when I finally woke up from the operation, I was in like my room, my, not the triage area, but an actual hospital room. So when I woke up, it was a nurse. She was off to on my left hand side, and she says, "Hi, I'm such and such and such. I'll be your nurse." And she says, "You're on the COVID floor." I was like, "What?" I said, "Why am I on the COVID floor?" And she said, "Because your COVID test came back positive." Y'all, I had no symptoms. When I mean no symptoms of COVID, I had zero symptoms of COVID. So I'm just like, that's strange. And plus, y'all, I get tested for COVID. I get tested for COVID every week. Every week. So, yes, so I was on the COVID floor. I'm just like, that is so strange. Even she thought it was strange because I had no symptoms. I'm talking about none, no cough, no nothing. All I had was those gallbladder issues. So I was like, okay, fine, And then I asked her, I said, well, where's my husband? Is my husband still here? So forth and so on. And then she was like, oh, I'll see where he is. Now, mind you, I was still groggy. So I felt like I was in and out of consciousness, because it was just like, I remember talking to her, then I remember dozing back off. I was in and out of it. So after that, my husband, he ended up coming into my room. He said, how are you feeling, stuff like that. So by this time, I think it was like 6 p.m. or something like that, and their visiting hours are over at that time. So he told me, he would come back, in the morning, so forth and so on. But I was really, really sore. Like, really sore. Because what happens is, when they do gallbladder surgery, you have you have 4 cuts. They do. I can't show y'all my stomach. I just can't. I ain't that brave. I am not that brave. But I have 4 incisions. I have one on the right side, and which is, it's longer than the other ones because that's where they actually, when they do the surgery, they pull the gallbladder out of the right side, the right incision. So I have one on my right side, one above my navel, another incision. Um, it's like at the bottom between my navel and the other incision on the right, and then there's one on the left. So I had four incisions to get this surgery done. Now let me tell y'all, I'm trying not to make this video so long because y'all not gonna want to hear me ramble this long. But y'all, what I'm gonna tell you is this: I I was released from the hospital Monday morning. Okay, and just so you know, recovery time for gallbladder surgery, my doctor, my recovery time is 4 weeks. So you have 4 weeks of like light duty. They don't want you straining. You can't drive. You can't drive for like 3 or 4 days. You can't drive if you're using any of the narcotic medication because I was put on Percocets. So you know, like you can't drive if you're, using that type of medication. But let me tell y'all this: gallbladder recovery, like recovering after you've had your gallbladder removed, that surgery, is 10 times worse than my C-section recovery. Y'all, I have never moaned and groaned so much in my life. The pain, it was terrible. Okay? I mean, and I know I sound normal right now to you guys and stuff like that, but like I'm literally still healing. Like if you move a certain way, you feel this burning sensation, because your body is still trying to heal from these wounds. But yeah, it was, the recovery from this surgery was way worse than my C-sections, and I've had 3 C-sections. But I was in so much pain after the surgery that and it hurts to like move, like I said, in a certain way. It hurts to move. And the bad thing is, I'm used to taking a shower every day. I just want to feel clean. And so I had to rely on my husband to help me get a shower. And I will say this: with a C-section, yeah, you might need help in and out of the shower. But with this surgery, I needed help with, and this is about to be TMI, y'all. I even needed help with washing my own butt, my legs, and my feet. I could not bend down at all. And I could not turn. Like, you turn to wash your butt. Yeah, your girl couldn't turn to wash her butt. So I had to rely on my husband to wash my butt. I know y'all probably like, oh my God, this girl. But at first he was like, no, I don't want to, how guys are. I'm like, look, I need help. My daughters, they would have done it too. But I'm like, you're my husband. You'll be all right. It's just a butt. So, yes, I had to rely on him for like the first three days to help me with the shower part. I mean, he helped me beyond that, but I'm just talking about actually helping me wash. But the other couple days, I did the best I could do, and I'm just gonna be totally honest with y'all, because you're in so much pain. You're gonna try your best to get in and get out. So, but that recovery from that surgery, it is horrible. That pain you're in, y'all let me know down in the comments if y'all ever had gallbladder surgery. Like, tell me what y'all went through, what y'all experienced. Because for me, that recovery ain't no joke. I'm telling you now, it is no freaking joke. But I am so thankful. Um, I'm thankful to God that that surgery, it went perfect. And y'all, I ain't gonna lie, when I first, when I looked at that big light, I did my little prayer. I did my little prayer to God, to my spirit guides. I'm like, look, y'all watch over me so that everything just runs smooth. So, I mean, and I will say this, I wasn't fearful of the surgery at all. Like, there was no fear. I just was like, in my mind, I just felt like, oh my gosh, like, I am really about to. I think I couldn't shake the fact that I was having a surgery to where they were going to remove an organ from my body. I mean, just thinking about that, like, it just blew my mind. So, I think that's where my head was. It was just like, oh my God, they're going to take out my organ. And then I was thinking to myself, what are they going to do with it? I had the craziest thoughts running through my head. I guess because I felt like that was mine. It was a piece of me. It's going to be gone. I know, y'all, I'm weird. Can't help it. But yeah, that's the kind of stuff that was running through my mind. I was not fearful of the surgery at all. So I can say that. But that recovery, I was in so much pain. And especially like at night. Because, it's like you want to sleep elevated, but you're in so much pain and you're so uncomfortable. Oh my God. I know my husband was probably sick of me because I was like grunting and making this noise like, because you're hurting. Like every time you try to move to get comfortable, and you have to like sleep on your back. I'm not a back sleeper. I'm like a stomach sleeper, sleep on your side. But y'all, it was just like, oh my goodness. So, I hope none of y'all ever have to experience, going through that. But if you do, oh, Lord have mercy on you. But y'all, let me stop talking so much. But I did want to give y'all an update. I know this video is probably going to be like 30 minutes long because I felt like I talked a lot. But I am doing so much better. I'll be back to work fully in March 7th to be exact. But I am going to, follow doctor's orders, not, bend, lift, strain, or do anything like that. Because he said, it's very important to, you know, you can't lift anything over 15 pounds is what he said. Because what happens is you're at risk of getting a hernia. And then that's a whole nother surgery. And then also you would be at risk for getting an infection. He said, people feel like, oh, I feel a little bit better. I can do this. He said it doesn't work that way because internally, like just because your incision on the outside, those wounds look like they're healing and, they sealed up. He was like, you still have internal wounds that are still healing on the inside. So, that's why you have to really like take it easy and not like push yourself too much. Another thing with this surgery, I took so many naps. Like, I took a nap every day. Even today, I was tired. But I was like, am I going to fight through this nap? Or am I just going to give into it? But I ended up just staying up because I wanted to bake my dad a cake for his birthday today. So I was like, no, Twine, you're going to have to nap later on. You need to get your dad's cake made. Because we're not doing anything special. I mean, it's special enough that he's here and we're all here with him. To me, I feel like, as long as we're here to celebrate, another year of him being a great dad, a great papa, that's all that matters. So for dinner, we'll have just some meatball subs, some corn, and some applesauce. And then for dessert, we're going to have cake. I don't know if I'm going to record any of that stuff. I don't know, y'all. Don't hold me to it. But for his cake, he's having a vanilla cake with, I'm going to make like a quarter of it coconut because he likes coconut cake. And then the rest of it, I'm making it an Oreo cake because, he's the only one that eats coconut. The rest of us don't eat coconut. Oh, I forgot to tell y'all. After the surgery, your whole diet changes. So, my new diet now, I can no longer, he said, my doctor said, you know, no pork, no beef, um, low fat or no fat. Try to stick with fresh fruits, fresh vegetables. Really, they don't want you to consume too much sugar. What else? I think he said whole wheat and not like, rice and pasta and all that stuff. Like they want you to stay away from stuff like that because they don't want you to consume foods that cause a lot of gas, is what he was saying. So, yeah, definitely had to change my diet and stuff like that. So, and I've been doing good. I've been doing really good. So, I just been sticking with turkey, chicken, fish is what I can have as far as meat. But yeah, so that's the gist of what's been going on in my life. But I think I'm gonna go ahead and end this video here because this video is long. So y'all know my line, y'all. What's my line? If you feeling my vibe, go ahead and subscribe. All right, talk to y'all later. Love y'all. Bye.